Oops. I know you. All right, that was a little mess up. Hey guys, Darkrai91 here with a review of Dragon Ball Super Episode 65. And before I say anything, as I say every week, if you do not want to be spoiled in what went on tonight, please do not watch this review until you've watched the episode. It's after 9 o'clock New Eastern Standard Time, so people that are on the Eastern Standard Time are able to watch it on Crunchyroll now. I'm not sure if people on the West Coast are able to, because I know they're 3 hours behind. If they are, that's great and all, but over on the Eastern side, it's after 9 o'clock. Crunchyroll has it up, and I watched it raw. I will see it with the subtitles, of course, but this episode was just amazing. Like honestly, I've said it before. It was one of the episodes. I think it was Hit versus Goku, and I posted in a Facebook group. I without any spoilers. It's like I don't care if you like to watch the episode with subtitles. You need to see this episode because there's no subtitles that need to be. You don't need to read anything. There's mostly fighting, and that's exactly what happened this episode. The fighting was top notch, 10 out of 10. The animation was top notch, 10 out of 10. The music was top notch, 10 out of 10. This episode gave me chills. I've said that for like 3 episodes already. But this has topped all episodes in Dragon Ball Super. I kid you not. If you want to say I'm overreacting, that's your opinion. But if you saw what I just saw, you'd overreact too. It feels like I have no voice right now because I was yelling so much after what I just saw. And then on top of that, of the preview, what we all been waiting for. I'm not gonna get to that right now, but at the end of episode 64, we see the fusion of Goku Black and Zamasu, and they call it merged Zamasu. Now, when I saw the preview for this fusion, I called it Zamasu Black, and I'm gonna continue to call it Zamasu Black. But Zamasu Black has just exceeded all expectations as a villain. He has overcame Super Buu. He's overcome Frieza. He's even I don't care if you don't like GT or not. He's overcame Baby, and he's overcame um Shenron. These two together, yes, it's a fusion, but it's still one character. It's still one person because when you fuse two people together, you're creating another being, even though it's two people in one. But Zamasu Black has shown that he deserves the title of the most badass character or the most badass villain in all of Dragon Ball. He's that amazing. His he cannot be touched. His attacks are that much powerful, and he just seems to be more badass than Goku Black and Zamasu separated. These two together are incredible, and this is one of the reasons why I thought that Goku Black was my favorite character thus far in Super. And I really, even now, I really don't care that much about Zamasu. It's just it's about Goku Black, but this character is just wow. I have no words to explain. And if you guys see this episode, you guys will understand what I'm talking about. So, we see that Goku and Vegeta are in their Super Saiyan Blue forms, and at the very beginning of the episode, we see Zamasu Black just as a regular fusion. And the preview of 65, we see this light around him, which kind of is reminiscent to a halo, but it really isn't a halo. And in my preview, I even called him the Angel of Death because of how the halo around him looked. So I still stand by that, and I still call him the Angel of Death. But the fighting was immaculate, I swear. Goku and Vegeta right now are in a pile of shit. There's so much trouble because Zamasu Black is just he's calling the shots now. Last week we saw that Vegeta and Goku were calling the shots as much as possible until they fused. But this time it switched around. Zamasu Black is calling all the shots. He's blocking all their moves. Goku, Vegeta are getting knocked down every single time they get hit. And even Trunks is trying, Trunks is trying his best. I know he doesn't have God power or God ki, but he's trying his best. And there was a scene where we see that Goku and Vegeta, after getting knocked down and knocked out of their blue form, they stand back up. They go in their Super Saiyan blue form again, and they start yelling. And they're to get next to each other. We got to do this. We got to defeat them. So they jump in the air. They lunge, and Zamasu Black had launched this attack, and it looked like a sphere. And Zamasu Black got all cocky, thinking that they weren't gonna pass through it. So Goku and Vegeta, before launching in the air, had powered up to their maximum because Vegeta said, "Don't underestimate a Saiyan, because you don't know what Saiyans are all about." And they continue to get stronger with every fight, whether they win or they lose, which is also called the Zenkai boost. So they power up, they launch up, and they break the attack that Zamasu Black had launched, and they come out of the smoke and they try to attack, and with no avail. Zamasu Black had caught it, and they were both surprised. And what Zamasu Black did was he had crunched or it seemed like he broke their hand, which they didn't because Goku was able to get up and Vegeta was able to get up and do some more attacks. But the way it sounded like Zamasu Black had broke his hand. And so they after he did that, he knocked them to the ground pretty hard because um, they were. It seemed like they were knocked out. They were still in their blue form, but they weren't knocked out. But Zamasu Black also did the this other move where he throws key spikes into the ground and then they explode. So he after knocking Goku and Vegeta down to the ground, he had threw like 5 or 6 key spikes into the ground and they exploded. And we see that Trunks he's trying to do something as well. He like I said before, he doesn't have any God keys, so he's not able to do as much damage. Even though Goku and Vegeta aren't doing any damage at all, but he tries. He powers up, and he's in his awesome pose, and then he launches in the air, and he has the sword behind him, and he's still holding it while in the air, trying to strike Zamasu Black. But what ends up happening is Zamasu Black blocks Trunks' sword and it breaks. I was very shocked to see it break. And he with the other hand, Zamasu Black had blasted Trunks onto the ground, but Trunks wasn't knocked out of his Super Saiyan form. And what had happened next is that Trunks gets up, and Zamasu Black was going to attack him, but Trunks was, he still had enough in him to stand up and to block it. And then he gets into the pose to launch the Gallic gun, and he starts saying, "Oh, you don't know nothing about humans. Humans are so much more than what you expect." So he starts charging up, and very, very loudly, you hear the echo. Very, very loudly, he yells out Gallic Ho, and he's in this beam. It's like a beam struggle. Even though Zamasu Black had launched this ball attack that looked like a ball, but there was still a beam struggle. And after being knocked out, Vegeta gets up. He sees that Trunks is, defending himself against Zamasu Black's attack, and he gets up, and Trunks and Vegeta even told, he's telling Trunks, don't give up, keep pushing, and even Vegeta gets into the mix of it, and he does the Gallic Gun, and they keep pushing. It goes back and forth, a typical beam fight. And even, you even see that in the older Dragon Ball Z games, whenever two characters shoot, like if Goku were to shoot a Kamehameha and Vegeta were to shoot the Galick Gun, there's a beam struggle in the video game. It seemed like that, but this was more intense. The Earth looked like Planet Namek. It was dark. The buildings were breaking. It looked like lava was coming up all over the place. So then, with one final yell of both Trunks and Vegeta yelling out Galick Gun, they push Zamasu Black's attack, and it hits him. But being that he's immortal, and yes, he's immortal, during the episode, both Zamasu Black made it a point to say that he's immortal. It kept pushing the fact that he's immortal. So what I thought was wrong, that he was not going to be immortal, being that that Zamasu Black is an entire new person, even though he fused with Zamasu and Goku Black. I thought that he would lose his immortality, which will give an upper hand to Goku and Vegeta, but that didn't happen. He still has his immortality, which makes Zamasu Black an even greater threat. So after that, we see that Zamasu Black had he wanted to attack Trunks, and then Vegeta had gotten up. This was at another point in the episode where Vegeta and Goku get knocked down again, and Vegeta gets up and he gets in front of Trunks, and he blocks it. He blocks it, even though it ended up hurting him. We don't know if he's dead or not, because he's passed out. Like, half his armor is, his, I think it's his left side, like the armor plus the leather or the clothing that goes underneath the armor is all ripped. All you see is part of the blueness, part of the blue of the clothing, and his gloves still on. But the majority of the left side of his armor and clothing is all beat up. And I don't know why they showed this, but while Vegeta and Trunks were doing the Galick Gun, we see the little girl that hangs out with Mai, that has Mai's hat on. She sees Trunks' sword, even though it's broken, and she attempts to go grab it. And I really do not hope anything happens to that little girl, because I guarantee if something happens to that little girl, it most likely will push Trunks over the edge. Just like seeing what his mom die, and what he thought of seeing Mai die, and I'm pretty sure that that's gonna push him over the limit, seeing the little girl die, and it'll probably upset Mai as well, and the brother. But right, so right after that, this is towards the end of the episode now. There's a few other things I want to bring up that I thought were very nostalgic in the episode. But right after that, we see Trunks still in his Super Saiyan form, and Vegeta in his base form, all beat up, clothes ripped, and we see that Zamasu Black was going to attack Trunks again, because this time, last time Vegeta got in the way. This time Vegeta's not going to get in the way because he's knocked out. So Goku had yelled out he's like Zamasu. It doesn't matter either way, because whether it's Zamasu Black or Merch Zamasu, the name Zamasu is still there. So he yells out Zamasu's name, and Zamasu Black, he has this crazed look. He looks like Hannibal Lecter. His eyes are dilated. His eyes are bugged out. He's just smiling and he's laughing, and Goku starts doing the Kamehameha. They have this little dialogue before they do that, but he fires the Kamehameha and he launches it in the air, and Zamasu Black does another attack, which looks similar to the one where he was having the beam struggle between Trunks and Vegeta. But we see Goku do the Kamehameha, and we see Zamasu Black do this attack, and that's where it ends. Before I talk about the preview, I will do what I do normally. I'll go to Harry Price's channel and review it and talk about it. And I tell you right now, I'm fucking happy with what I saw in the preview. Before, they had these little shots and the little cameos. The Kami House is still there in the future. We all thought that there was nobody there in the future. We were surprised to see Yajirobe and whoever else that was there, but the Kami House is still up in the future. And which begs the question, is Master Roshi still alive? Who else is alive if Yajirobe's there and if the Kami House is there? So I'm hoping that we get to see that again. I'm hoping we get to see more about the future, because we've only seen the West City, because that's where Bulma and everybody else had lived for the most part. But and we saw a small cameo, and this made me really, really happy. I got a little teary eyed, but Android 8, Android 8 made a cameo. I was really fucking happy. Android 8 is my favorite Android, and to see him do a fucking cameo, it makes me even more happier. Even now, talking about it, I'm starting to get a little teary eyed again. But Android 8 made a cameo in fucking Super. Oh my god, you have no idea. I flipped my lid. I had to, I watched it. I had to pause it, rewind it, and see it again to make sure it was really him. Android 8 made an appearance in Dragon Ball Super. You have no idea how happy I am right now. Android 8 is my favorite Android of all time. I don't care about Android 19, Android 20, Android 16, 17, 18, Cell. I don't care about none of them. Android 8. You have no idea. But oh my god, this episode had me at the edge of my seat. There was left and turns here and there. Oh my god, you have no idea. This episode, oh. I hope you guys have the same feeling when you hear this review. I really do fucking hope you guys have the same feeling that I'm having right now. But oh my god. Again, I give this episode a 10 out of 10. I know there's gonna be some people complaining about the episode about the animation, the fighting here and there. You know what? Honestly, I don't care. This episode was on fucking point. This was, oh my god. I hope you guys enjoyed the craziness in this review. It's been a while since I have done a review like this. It really has. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like. Subscribe if you haven't. Comments. Hashtag Zamasu Black. If you whoever watches it, I know none of you do. People who do watch it, they just like watch the first 5 minutes or whatever the case may be, or they watch the end to find out what the preview is. But I'm not gonna do that in this episode. This deserves to have a separate episode 66 review will have a different video. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, like, comment, share, subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.